Welcome back, everybody. We are going to start section 5.7 today. We're going to talk about matrices. It's been a few years since we've talked about matrices. So we're going to go back to just the basic definitions and what matrices look like. So a matrix is a square matrix of order n. A matrix with just one row is called a row matrix. And if it only has one column, then it's a column matrix. Two matrices are equal if they have the same dimensions and if corresponding elements, position by position, are equal. So let's talk about this for a minute. If I have a matrix that looks like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 2 columns and 3 rows. We named them row by column. So the matrix that I just wrote would be a 3 by 2. And that matters. It matters that you go row by column, especially when you get later on into multiplication. So make sure that you're paying attention that it's row by column. Oops, let me do that. There we go. So row by column is how they're named. So if I have a matrix that looks like this and it's 5, that's a 1 by 1. There's 1 row, 1 column. 5 is the element or the value that's in there. If I had 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 1 row and 4 columns. So that's a 1 by 4. Let's say that we had 3, 6, 8, 7, 5, 2. There's 1, 2 rows, 1, 2, 3 columns. So that's a 2 by 3. So that's just a little bit about naming matrices. So we'll start over here in example 1. We have 1, 2 rows and 1, 2 columns. So this is a 2 by 2 and this is a 2 by 2. So we're good, they match. The equal sign in the middle says that this 2 has to equal x. So x equals 2 because they're in the same spot in the matrices. This 1 has to equal y. So y is equal to 1. P is in the same spot as that -1. So P is equal to -1. And Q is in the same spot as 0. So Q is equal to 0. And that would make both of these matrices exactly the same. And again, that's because of this equal sign in the middle. The equal sign in the middle says that corresponding pieces have to be the exact same. If I look at example B, we have 1, 2 rows, so 2 by 1, because there's 1 column. And on the right side, we have 1, 2, 3 rows, so that's 3 by 1. So the dimensions did not match. So they cannot equal each other. I can't find out what X or Y is because they're not exactly the same. And so for that, you'd write dimensions don't match, or you can just say not possible. Over here for letter C, we have a 2 by 2 on the left and a 2 by 2 on the right. Our dimensions match, so in the middle, again, they're telling us these are equal. So find the answers for each letter. So A is equal to -3. B is equal to 9. Again, they're in the same spots on each side of the equal sign. -5 is equal to C. And 0 is equal to D. In letter D, we have 1 row and 2 columns. Remember, if it helps you to do these arrows, 1 row and 2 columns. On the right side, we have 2 rows and 1 column. So this one, again, is not possible because the dimensions don't match. And that'll be it for today. Don't forget to take your 5.7 day 1 ticket out the door before you leave class today. Have a good one.